So we back here with Craig, and we're going over the proper way. What was it, Craig?
Do household questions.
Okay, so when the sheet comes up, you know,
and
the
you
little
have the house
and then the little box with your picture,
worksheet.
Why it's important and what's the parameters, so we can do everything the right way. And let's give it to Craig.
When the household worksheet pops up, okay, you'll see it, you'll know it because it's going to pop up, and you're gonna know exactly what to do. Okay. First thing I do is I say, how long have you lived at this location? They tell me 3 months. So guess what? They never got the phone there, but the government keeps track of every phone that's sent to every address. That's why the household worksheet is in play. People move from one place to another. This person only lived there 3 months. They never got a phone there, but the household worksheet pops up. Well, somebody who lived there before them had a phone at that address. Okay, that's why it's popping up. So I tell the customer, oh, you've only lived here 3 months? Somebody before you had a phone here, so that we're gonna answer a special question just to make sure that they know it's not you. Very, very simple. That's the first scenario. The second scenario is, how long have you lived here? And they say 17 years. Oh, okay. This program's been around for 30 years, since 1985. Somebody might have had a phone 20 years ago. And that's still in the system, so therefore we're going to fill out some special questions that says it's not you. If they say, oh, I had one of these phones 5 years ago, oh, so it might be you. See, you had it, we're going to fill out a special form, okay, and that's going to allow you to get an additional phone, okay?
So what happens when it pops up?
So when it pops up, you'll see a box, okay, all right, and it'll have inside it 2 things. One is going to be green, okay, which says that somebody had a phone there, all right, and then it's going to be something that says red, okay, continue, don't continue. You're going to hit the green button, and then a box will pop up. It says hand the device to the customer. Now, the devices we're responsible for, and we want to make sure they answer the questions correctly. So at this point, we're going to do step number 8, take control. So I take my tablet and I face it right to the person. So I'm going to face the tablet to the person, and I'm going to hit the button. An icon on the tablet will pop up in the corner, and it'll be a camera. The customer's face must be in the camera. Okay, so I'm going to face it towards them. You, as the representative, cannot be in the camera, because what's going to happen is 3 random photos are going to be taken, okay, of that customer, so that SafeLink knows the customer is filling out the form. Okay, you're going to help them, but the customer's face must be in there. Your face cannot be in there. You can't fill out the form with your face. The reason for that.
How do they know if it's your face or not your face?
Okay, they have on file your picture. It's before you can get a code, they take your picture and they send it to SafeLink, and it's attached to your code. So your code will pop up after all the other information is processed. They're going to process the household worksheet picture. That goes to somebody else. They're going to look at your face, they're going to look at the customer's face, and those 2 faces must be different. If they're the same, it will not get approved. So the customer's face is always in the picture. The first question is mom's first name, mom's maiden last name. You're going to ask the customer.
I have one question before you finish. Sure. So is that like suspicious activity? If I was doing the thing for them, will I get in trouble? Can I get my code clipped? Can it be canceled if I'm doing the wrong thing? I'm doing it for them, and they take a picture of my picture. Can that be a cause for?
When you first start out, you may do 1 wrong. Okay, you may do 2 wrong, but if you continue to do them in an improper fashion, yes, it will raise a red flag.
So if my face is showing up,
the opportunity to fill out forms for SafeLink. Yes, it's the improper way to do it. That's why we teach it. Okay, we're going to teach you to do it correctly, and you won't have that problem. Okay,
so it's important.
It's very important that you do it correctly. Okay. So the first question that pops up is going to be mom's first name and mom's maiden last name. Some people ask you, why do you need my mom's first name? They're asking questions, sir, that I would never know the answer to. So they know that you're filling out the form and not me. So they ask these question specifically so that they know that it's the customer filling out the form. So you help them put mom's middle name. Mom's name is Rosa. Her maiden last name is Cruz, C-R-U-Z, and then you hit the green button. The next question is going to be, do you have a spouse or significant other that lives with you and has one of these phones? Your answer is no, because if a husband and wife can only have one phone. Okay, Juice? So the answer must be no. So when I fill out the form, I say, do you have a spouse, significant other, someone who lives with you and has one of these phones? No. They say no. I push no.
And no matter what, excuse me, quick. So do they face have to be, make sure it's on the back?
Always face in the picture. Always face in the picture. Juice? They're fake, because it's going to take 3 random photos. We don't know when those photos are going to be taken. Might take 1, 2 in the beginning, 1 at the end. It might 2 and 3 in the middle. We don't know when they're taking those pictures. They're 3 random photos. Okay, so don't face it up to the sky. All right, make sure the customer's face is always in the picture the whole time you're filling out the form. The next question will be, okay, after do you have a spouse, significant other that lives with you that has one of these phones? No. Any other adults live with you? The answer can be either yes or no. It's important you answer that question correctly. If somebody else who lives in the house has one of those phones, okay, and you say no to that question, their phone will get shut off. So even though they still qualify, you're going to cause problems in the house, no good. Now, we're going to go over household, what is a household, on the next film. But we get to the next question, the answer is yes. Who is that person? Is it a parent? Is it an adult son or daughter? Is it a sibling, maybe grandma, somebody like that? Is it an adult roommate? That is possible. Or is it an other? The only case where you would have an other would be as if they're married, okay? A spouse or significant other that lives with them, but they don't have the phone. That's when you would put other. Yeah, my husband lives with me. Oh, okay, and he does not have one of those phones? Right, okay. So we answer no to the first question, and he would be other, because there's no place for spouse. Juice? Okay, so if the answer is no to that question, you're done with the form. If the answer is yes, right, to how many people live with you, if anybody else lives with you, right, you're going to go to the next question. The next question will be, do you share income and expenses with that person, right? Now, if it's a spouse, of course you share income, right? You and your wife are partners, right? Okay, but if it's not a spouse, okay, if it's a brother or a sister, do you share income and expenses with that person? The answer must be no. Juice? So, no. You pay your own bills, she pays it, right? A lot of people say, grandma, well, my grandma pays this bill. And do you share income with grandma? No. You're economically separate, yes? Okay, that answer is no. And that answer must be no, or else they would just be disqualified from getting the phone. And then that will be the end. You're going to scroll down to the bottom, check. Okay, if you answered 2 questions, it's going to be 2 check marks. If you only answered the 1 question, there'll be 1 check mark. You check both. Okay, it just says whether you're lying or not. And of course, we're not, right? Of course not. We cannot lie. Everything is kept by computers, guys. There's no lying in this program. Okay, then you're going to hit the next button, the green button, and then there'll be a finish. And always, always, always hold the camera until the application comes back up and the household questions disappear. Once the household questions disappear, you can pull it back. The next thing you could need to do is hit the next button. Juice?
Joe.